Hey everybody, welcome to the Deep Dive Show. My name is Mpomo Tauro. Our goal with this show is to bring you and I in proximity to the people and ideas that will show us that it is possible and it can be done, and eventually help us achieve on our dreams and on our goals. Today we have a special guest. She is a social innovator with a personal track record of 10 years as an avid volunteer, and she has served as a peer mentor, a camp counselor, a youth worker. She's also an alumni of the Mandela Washington Fellowship, Moremi Initiative for Young Women's Leadership in Africa, and Discovering Young Leaders program. She holds a bachelor's degree in travel and tourism management, postgraduate certificate in infrastructure finance. She is the founder and managing director of Masedi, Botswana, an NGO aimed at leveraging active citizenship to improve livelihoods of Batswana. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me this day welcome to the show Goabaone Banyaditse. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. We're just going to start with rapid fire today. So the first question on rapid fire, because I usually have these ones written down. What was your first job? The very first job that you took?
I was an attaché at Grand Palm Hotel.
Good way to start. Good way to start. What is your go-to pastime?
I take pictures.
Oh, you just take pictures?
Yeah.
Hundreds of selfies?
I am into photography.
Oh,
yes.
Awesome. Question number 3. Which word do you hate hearing the most?
Which word?
Yes. Which word do you hate hearing the most? Every time you hear this word, you're like, yeah, trigger. Or you hate it.
Well, good one.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I dislike hearing. Which one?
It may be a bunch of words, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be one. Eh?
Yes. I dislike hearing people shaming themselves, because it's something that is a real problem. Once you do that to yourself, you really never go where you want to. So I dislike that because I struggle with it sometimes. Then I'll be like, Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good. All right, so the next question on Rapid Fire is, what's your favorite type of music?
It depends.
Sometimes
Makazi, sometimes Franco, sometimes Splash. All of inside.
So it depends on what? On the day,
mood,
on the
on
mood.
the day, on the mood. Yeah. So I listen to
what's your
everything.
top 2? Like the one you go to all the time?
When my spirit is low, I listen to gospel music. Yeah.
And you listen to Jesus?
Yes, I listen to Jesus. I love Jesus.
Yes. And then when you're excited, when you're happy, when you had a big win in the office, what do you listen to?
When I have a big win, I listen to dance hall music.
Yeah. Okay. Next hour, I'll change my gear.
African, your Davido, your Nigerian type of music.
Do you dance though? Because the way you're talking, you're like Davido. I'm like,
why? You're
All right. That's the end of Rapid Fire. We're going to start the very first segment. So, you are somebody that has volunteered for a very long time, 10 years to be precise. Talk to us about the value of volunteering in terms of, because I think for a lot of people, we may not know it, but you have been in the space for 10 years. What is the value of volunteering? Not only for what you're serving, not only for, serving, but to you as an individual, what is the value of volunteering?
Okay, I'll start by sharing how I started volunteering.
Yes.
I started volunteering to pass time. I wanted to do something after finishing Form 5. And I heard about a clinic named Bela. It's a clinic for HIV positive kids. I went there and started volunteering there. And shortly after that, someone close to my heart told me that they were living with HIV. So for me, volunteering at Bela became therapy for me because I thought HIV was a death sentence. And you can see it was beyond just volunteering. It was something that gave me closure. And after that, I just wanted people to experience what volunteering was all about. Yeah, so it's more than just passing time. It's more about what it does to you as an individual. Yes.
Awesome, eh? Hey, that's deep. Already. So you this was Form 5 when you began, I get it, and you went into volunteering. Now, today, because I believe you still actively volunteer when you can. What is it to you right now? Because then you were like passing time, but today, what is it to you?
Today, volunteerism it's not just, today it's not volunteering, it's service. It's fulfilling one's calling, one's mission in life, because we're all here for a purpose. And it's about what you do with your time to serve the greater good, to serve humanity. So people can volunteer in different ways for as long as it's something beyond yourself.
Yes.
It qualifies as volunteering. It is service. Yeah.
So I was scrolling through your Facebook page, I think about a post like 2 years back or a year back. There was a flyer of a certain gentleman that was talking about how people can benefit financially from volunteering. So can you walk us through that? How can people benefit financially from volunteering? Because I think some people may be thinking, hey, 20 hours and nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So walk us through that.
Okay. So the paid volunteerism opportunities, that's how people could benefit from that. But beyond just that, volunteering prepares one for life, prepares one for their careers, personal development, professional development. I volunteered, and my volunteerism got me to my first real job beyond just attachments within the mining industry.
Yes.
And it was literally because of my volunteerism experience. I shared my volunteerism experience and told the lady that was there that I'd like to expand onto the knowledge that I have. I'd like to explore if they have opportunities around community development. And because she saw that I've been already working, volunteering, she thought, okay, send me your CV and the presentation of your volunteerism track record that you had just shared. And then I went through a series of interviews until I got a job. So that's how volunteerism can help one make profit or just...
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you transition in 2018, right? And then you know, into a social entrepreneur. Can you actually walk us through that? Because I think we sometimes throw the term here and there and here and there, but we may not actually know it to the core. What is social entrepreneurship? I mean, yes.
So social entrepreneurship to me is basically a balance between making profit and serving the greater good of humanity. So it's a balance between the two. And for instance, after resigning from corporate, because I was in corporate for a while, I went on to now engaging with rural communities because I'm very passionate about rural communities, as I feel that left behind most of the times. I went on to doing that, and the whole vision behind that was to represent them by being a liaison between corporates and these communities. So by so doing, I became a consultant and getting paid as a social entrepreneur. Got to do what I'm passionate about in terms of serving communities and also engaging with corporates, giving me a service fee for that.
Beautiful. So that's there was an intentional decision to make that jump into social entrepreneurship. Yes. Now talk to me about the work you do at Masedi, Botswana. Walk us through that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we do at Masedi, Botswana, we encourage active citizenship as a way of promoting national development. So beyond just volunteerism, there's active citizenship, knowing that you have a responsibility to your nation. So what we do is we encourage people to actively play their part in making Botswana what they want it to be. So basically that's what we do, and some of the things that we do specifically, we encourage social entrepreneurship, because we've noticed that that it's not a matter of noticing, it's the truth.
Yes,
there's a lot of youth unemployment, and a lot of people have passion. A lot of people know what they would like to do within their communities, know what they would like to do with their lives, but they don't have the money because of unemployment and also being out of school youth. So we work with out of school youth and unemployed youth to groom them into change makers, showing them that they can actually implement the ideas that they have for developing our communities, while at the same time making money for themselves.
Awesome. You've worked so much with youth. I mean, you started as a youth, you're still a youth, and you've worked a lot with youth. What are the main challenges that we're having as Basha Botswana? What are the, like, if you were to just break it down into the top 3, what are they?
I think more than anything else, a lot of young people doubt themselves. In as much as there's unemployment, people are out of school, people doubt themselves. And it's something that I personally also struggle with. Sometimes I doubt my potential, I doubt myself. And you can imagine now when people are out there thinking, you've made it, and you're still like, I'm struggling, guys. But they're looking up to you, how could they be feeling out there? So that's one of the things, it's a challenge. And Okanyatsa boleng ba youth empowerment seminars and all of these things, but sometimes motho khona go tswa mo go mo a le encouraged and inspired to do better, to be better, you know. And then unemployment, of course, and also just being out of school. In Nakanya now a series of other things like drugs and alcohol abuse, mental health. There's just a lot happening in our lives that we just want to escape it, you know, and so we run to some of these things. Yeah.
Okay, so self-doubt. I wouldn't have ever thought it would be self-doubt. It's just interesting, and I want to come to that. What do you think causes a lot of that self-doubt that we have as people?
We spend a lot of time with ourselves, hey?
Yeah.
So we tend to criticize ourselves for not having reached our goals, for not being where we want to be. Because I want to be a teacher, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a pilot, all of these things. Where am I? Who am I? You know? Will I ever reach my goals?
Yeah.
And then you just stop dreaming, because what's the point?
How do you help people with self-doubt?
How do you help people? Encourage a banana yalo. It's only the motivational talks and all of that. But I think more than anything else, just be intentional about being a light wherever you go. Be intentional about being Masedi to other people. Yes.
Masedi Botswana. Awesome. We're going to pause here for a break. We'll be back with Goabaone. Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive Show. We're here with Goabaone Banyaditse of Masedi, Botswana. So this is an NGO, right? Talk to me about what it takes to set up an NGO, Botswana. How do we How do you set it up? How do you go through the process of it? And how are you sustaining it as a NGO?
Okay. So you can actually set an NGO as a trust, charitable trust, or as a society, club, association. So go register your deeds and then go register of societies. Yes.
Okay.
And with register of societies, nowadays you need 20 people to register an association or a society. But with trust, you can actually register Lili to hell. Yes. So we can decide, do you want to have so many people? Because sometimes hella governance and having people to stay accountable becomes an issue. And it's a very big call to how you lead also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you run this social enterprise, which is doing so much good. How are you able to keep it afloat in terms of money coming in? How are you able to make sure that, this continues to serve? Because that's what we need. That's what you needed to do, I get, to continue to serve. But it also needs capital injection. How are you able to run around it?
Okay. So, like you said, I'm a Mandela Washington Fellow.
Yes.
And being a fellow of Mandela, I'm going to say this one specifically because I can relate to the other opportunities out there. So being a fellow comes with opportunities for applying for grants, for applying for other opportunities to engage and partner with other people. So that has been very key in helping us to sustain ourselves. But beyond that, grants really help in terms of sustaining an NGO. And also service fees, like I had mentioned, being able to consult corporates in terms of what sort of community engagements, projects they can engage in at grassroots level, engage in them, considering that they're corporates. It's something that to do, it's okay to charge a service fee for that, so that continuity can be there, so that what we're doing as an organization can be sustainable, especially in terms of managing the operational fees of running an organization. Yes.
How do you get sponsors? To come on board.
So, like I said, it's almost like grants. You have to write a proposal, be able to show your mission, your vision, the vision. What are you doing? How is it going to be impactful? Who are you targeting? Those sort of things. People believe in visions. People want alignment. To get funding or sponsors, you need to approach people with the same mandate as yours. Or at least slightly contribute that to the bigger picture.
Yes.
Because organizations, especially companies, have a mission of making profits, and it's not even an especially, it's a fact. Me, a corporate social responsibility.
Yes.
And within that we tell her they have a strategy which could be empowering youth, could be empowering women. And if you have a proposal that is aimed at doing that, these people have a similar mandate in terms of the CSR objectives, it would be good to align yourself with that. Environment, like you have a passion for conservation or the likes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well put. Now, I want to give you a scenario. Say I'm a rape victim, and then I come to you because I know that you help with solving these societal problems. It may not be within the scope of what you're doing, but say I come to you, what are the steps you're going to take me through? Yes, what's your approach with me?
Good one. Okay, so we believe a lot in collaborating with other organizations. So what we're going to do, first of all, welcome.
Yes.
We're going to just be there to support the person. To the relevant authorities.
Yes.
sort of like directing them to an organization that deals with rape victims. Ebe ka nna bone ba e leng gore now take the person through all the steps that are necessary for that. Yeah.
Awesome. So what has been, I don't know if you'd be at liberty to share this, but what has been some of the most difficult cases that you have experienced in terms of trying to help people, trying to help youths? Maybe as a peer mentor, as a camp counselor, all the different hats you have worn. What has been some of the most difficult problems or the most challenging situations that you had to deal with?
Okay, so this is a word that I heard from someone. Gore go na le batho ba go teng that are beyond help. So,
what do you think about that? The beyond help thing. Is it true? Is it not true?
Yeah, it's subjective.
It's subjective.
Yeah. Because sometimes you try to help someone and then o mo thusa gampe go ka moso o ithela ile gore o boetse mo seemong se se tshwana. It's an irrelevant example, but yesterday I watched Jola 99.
For sure.
And so what happened is the lady was cheating on her boyfriend, and then she went. They caught her, and then the guy kind of told her he doesn't like what is happening. And then she was just being difficult. At the end of the day, the guy was the one apologizing to her. The reason why I gave this example, and in to find sena solution mo thaloganyong ya gago. Are you going to come back in the same situation?
Yeah, it makes sense. So you probably also have had many creative stories that have come to you. Have people come to you asking you about relationships, assisting them? Hey, it's difficult out there. Hey,
yeah.
Have you ever had those kind of requests? And if so, what was some of the advice you have given?
Well, it's not a matter of request. To be honest, at Masedi, we're just people trying to be kind and just be there for other people.
Yes.
Literally, that's what we do. Bile is not a matter of it doesn't feel like a job to us because it's our life.
Yes,
it's our lifestyle. It's our day-to-day thing.
What about on an individual basis?
Like in me doing that as an individual,
yes,
basically is also what we do at Masedi, addressing such things. So on an individual basis, okay. Let's see. Does it serve you? In as much as it lay a headache to you, does it serve you though? Why are you in it? A lot of times I always ask people, what is it about this guy? What is it about this girl? Because I want people to look at the bigger picture. You know, does it serve you? What is it about that person? Yeah.
That's interesting. Pretty interesting. We're going to pause here for a break. We'll be back with Goabaone Banyaditse. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Goabaone Banyaditse. And if you've watched this episode up to this far, first of all, I salute you. Definitely like the episode if you like the episode, and comment below on your biggest takeaway and subscribe to the channel. So, Goabaone, please walk us through some of the projects that you're currently engaged in. I know that just last week you were in Kanye doing something beautiful over there. Walk us through that also.
Okay, thank you. So we have the Masedi Change Makers program that is aimed at grooming aspiring change makers.
Yes.
By encouraging them to be social entrepreneurs. So the reason for this is, like I have said, is the fact that there's a lot of youth unemployment and also youth who are out of school. So we wanted to show them that you guys can make a difference within the community while making a living for yourself. So
Beautiful.
Thanks. So it started off as a training on social entrepreneurship, development, leadership, development inclusive of project management and the likes. And now they're currently at the moment working on implementing projects that they came up with that have both a social and a profit element to it. Some examples of such is some of the young people that we trained through the program, bana baya go kola, weeding helayana to get money from yes, go thagola.
You lost me for a moment there.
Bana baya go thagola go malapeng a bat, and then they would get paid for that. And in them getting paid for that, they want to. The intention is to get paid so that they can then help disabled and elderly people within the community. Because they don't have the resources. But by coming up with means, how can we be creative and empower ourselves, enable ourselves to carry out such a project? Let's see how to go about it. And they also started a car wash within the community. And also from this, they're able to give themselves a little money. Now imagine people before this.
Yes.
So it goes to show social entrepreneurship sustain. And imagine the many societal problems or sustainability issues within our communities that we have through this approach of social entrepreneurship. So many issues could be solved while so many people benefit as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Heaven is close to you. Very close. And I think I love the way that you kind of, I don't know if this is an explicit message that you give, or it's inherent, because I'm gleaning it from you, and it's everyone can lend a hand. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're employed, unemployed, whatever. Because I think a lot of the times we always think, we need money to do this, and we don't always need money. And I love that about what you guys do. So on your socials, you talked about how people can become volunteers or join Masedi Botswana. Please reiterate that for us here.
Okay.
Yes.
So how people can join Masedi Botswana, first thing is to express your interest. And then after expressing your interest, we would ask you a couple of questions about yourself so that we get to know you. And also one of the questions being how you'd like to contribute to the community so that you're well placed in whatever you're doing. It serves you as an individual. You're serving Masedi. In how does it benefit or how does it meet your personal and career goals?
Beautiful. Now, you also teach on leadership, entrepreneurship, and all these other facets that work with the mind, right? Would you say that poverty is a mindset in your own world?
Well, true and not true. Hey, we need money. At the same time, how le motho e leng gore positive, poverty is a mindset thing. Like if you're positive, o khana go enjoy go ja polish it's you're working towards something bigger. It's gore kana ka re polish le mela ile khanya gore you can.
I don't have it just until letsatsi.
Yeah. Gore onna le hope, and also that motivation to keep on keeping on, knowing that there's a bigger goal that you're working towards. So that's the mindset part of it. If your mindset is in the right place, if you're coming with positive vibes and you're also able to motivate yourself, the bigger picture. Because it's honestly not easy out there.
It's not.
But if you keep encouraging yourself, if you surround yourself with positive people,
because as I'm listening to you, you make so much sense. I'm thinking about this because poverty is something that breaks your spirit, and it's something as a country we're struggling with. Even, as right, we're struggling with poverty. We're struggling with making ends meet. Living paycheck to paycheck. And then there's the small minority of people out there, that well off. I'm thinking about this because I'm hungry, right? I need food, but someone is telling me that I can make it. I can, because it doesn't, I'm trying to I don't know if you hear what I'm saying.
True.
Someone comes to me, we're in a seminar right now, and then they're like, you know what, this is not the end of your life. You can, but I'm hungry, boss. How do you help this? Because I think it's delicate also. I think it's delicate in terms of, I don't know how you guys do it, serving needs and what. Because I think I would be pissed.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would be pissed if someone says, you can become greater than you are what? And then I'm hungry. And, walk us through that.
So true. So the most important thing we do when assisting people, we analyze their needs. Maybe these people need empowerment. It's a mind thing. They need a mind shift, a mindset shift.
Yes.
And then others need support in terms of humanitarian aid. So that's why humanitarian aid, women and youth empowerment, and why just women and youth? But when you empower a woman, you empower the community. And also, a lot of issues are, a lot of social ills, so that's where the empowerment and the aiding part comes to play. But there's a balance. We need to assess communities first. Yeah. Because it's true.
True. True. Yeah. You talk about that women empowerment, right? Which is something great that you do. What about the boy child? Whether you assist them and how do you assist them?
Yeah. So you empower a woman, you empower a community. How empower a Masedi hela wa go le lwapeng la gagwe a baya go rotloetsa bana ba gagwe botlhe a sa re ka gore wena ngwana ke wa mosimane wena ngwana ke wa mosetsana. And then when we talk about youth, harere youth ele mosetsana hela like a lady, re ra ele youth ka go as a whole, and also put in mind the age bracket youth from hela as early as 15 years old up to 35 ke bone youth. And that's what we're talking about. Harere, we empower youth.
Yes.
Inclusive of young boys, upcoming men. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if I read this or I watched it on YouTube somewhere somehow. I engaged with the psychologist work, and then he said that at 35 years old, people have hardwired patterns of doing things. I think this is Dr. Dispenza on YouTube. Hardwired ways of doing things, hardwired patterns. So do you think people, or let me phrase this like this, how hard is it for people to change as they grow older? Because I think it's that key, especially for us as we are young. Right now there's so much going through my mind, but I'm trying to marshal my thoughts into what I want to say. How hard is it for people to change as they grow old? Because I think it's a reality that we have to face. if I'm changing kile 45 and I'm changing kile 18, there's a difference. It's easier for me when I'm younger than when I'm older. And I have to address that, head on. And also, how do you help people be able to gain an empowering mindset? Yes, because I think, a growth mindset, a mindset to say, what, it can be done, all those things. Yes.
Okay, like I said, one of our partners is key on mental health. Yeah, mental health is a lot of things. So we do have conversations around that. Having dialogues, empowerment dialogues, safe spaces is important. One of the things we do at Masedi, Botswana, and we're really intentional about, is having safe spaces for young people.
Yes.
Whereby issues that are affecting us openly. Hey guys, not that the unemployment is hitting me hard. Nah guys, and then we're all able to advise each other. Having such spaces, because coming in renale dikakanyo tse di harologaneng re khona go agana re le batho ke sense go teng motho ke motho ka batho ra agana because o to ithela gore o mongwe o tswa go backgrounding e leng gore tsetsi o tewa so se leng gore se mo isa kwa tlase mme ha ile gore le khona gore le ikopanye le khone go bua le khone go gakolana yalo motho mongwe ha ta go tsholetsa khone bona gore me gone se leng gore ke nna ke se tewa, it's not actually true. They have their opinion, but that's not who I am. I'm greater than what they think I am. Yeah.
Powerful. So as a human being or as an individual, I get it. What would be what is your greatest joy in? I understand that you are serving and you are seeing lives changing, but what is your greatest joy in in what you're engaged in today? What brings you the most fulfillment right now?
Hela, every time, honestly, I'm always happy. I'm happiest when I'm serving. But recently, Hela, just getting to hear that the change agents, the change makers who we've been working with, Kokangi, are able to execute projects on their own without us actually having to be there, having to just groom people by Longhore, Bakana Dira Dotse Dintetse, mo community. It gives me great joy knowing that beyond Hwaba, beyond Masedi, Botswana's presence, our nation, our communities, people out there would be served. People's lives would improve because of these young people's efforts.
So, because you're always serving, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to the point where you get tired? You're like, ish, guys, I have my own. Like, because I think that you're giving, right? And then there has to be some kind of way you show up for yourself.
Yeah.
In terms of replenish yourself too. How do you do that?
Okay. So surrounding myself with great people really helps because I'm able to vent. Sometimes you can just get in a call, we're going to talk about Masedi, and then it's an hour of venting. And sometimes it really helps. But more than anything else, surrounding yourself with loved ones being friends, family.
Sometimes when we vent to people that we, I could vent to the wrong people.
Yeah.
Then they take my trade secrets and they're gone.
Who are your people? Yeah.
Awesome.
So be a good judge of character. It's really important to judge character.
Where do we see Masedi Botswana in 3, 5, 7, 10 years from now?
Okay. So as I had mentioned already, we would like to, or we're working towards rather, grooming change makers. And what we have as our vision is to have a Masedi Academy that would then groom change makers.
Nice. So what's going to be inside? We want to know now.
What's going to be inside is a preschool that would tell us start from early age. You can serve, go to education. The reason why I get a preschool, go to education is very important. And like you said, it's important to start them early or to start us early.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then going up to youth age, now having these people or having one of the change makers, the right people who would then now go and serve the communities in their own respective ways. Go ahead, not just as an NGO, as a social enterprise. The world is our oyster. Through a social entrepreneurship, manufacture the pads and then go distribute them to communities while you're actually selling them. Someone started crowdfunding. The problem and then in tackling it, where does the profit side come in? And also having that balance really is the most important thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You need to underline that.
Yes.
Yeah.
People can sustain themselves and see their dreams coming to pass through social entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And the most important thing, or different sustainability issues would be tackled through this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. My last question to you: how do you want to be remembered as Goabaone Banyaditse?
Well, that's a good question, hey? I honestly, I really don't want, in as much as it's good for I've learned that leadership, you need to be influential. I really struggle with being in the public figure, like in the public eye and all of that. But one thing I'd like people to remember me by, is the personal interactions that I've had with them, making them feel they're important. I feel important because of me. That's what I would want them to remember. And also wanting people to know that dreams are valid. They are far more than whatever situation is in front of them today. That awesome. Dreams are valid.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Goabaone Banyaditse of Masedi, Botswana. You've just heard her story. We've just run through all the work, all the beautiful work that they're doing, their lives they're changing, their lives they're impacting. Definitely dive into that world. We'll have all that information, that links below in the comment. And definitely like this video if you found some value in it. And comment and consider subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet same time, same place next week. Be great.